Hey there, everyone, and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls of Guild and Coin. If you missed the last video, be sure to go back and check it out, as we are starting in the middle of combat at the moment. So, Tashtar, you've been hanging back for a little while. You were getting some stuff situated back at the keep, and you come up just in time to see the group kill the last of the zombies and scamps and shut down the pinions. When you heard the booming voice of Molag Bal echo through the valley, and finally this massive skeletal creature stands before the group at the base of the dolmen. I need you to go ahead and make your initiative roll. In fact, actually, what I'll do is everybody make your initiative rolls. We'll kind of reshuffle the initiative.
So you want us to re-roll?
Yeah, everybody roll initiative.
Oh no, I'm in it again.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. Very nice. Go ahead and plug it into the chat. That way I've got all of them. There you
go. All right.
I rolled the same thing. It was great.
Fuck.
Okay. All right. So, Zira, you see this massive creature stand up, and it kind of it crackles with necromantic energy and roars. You are currently over by the eastern, where the eastern pinion was.
20 feet away from the eastern one, yeah.
Yeah, so you're about 30 feet away from where this bone colossus is. It's in the center of the circle.
Perfect.
Right at the base of where the anchor intersects with the dolmen.
That is within stabbing range.
Wow.
Because I can go up and I can stab it. Which is, in fact, what I do. Alright, so I will move up to the skeletal thing.
Mm-hmm.
No fear, because I'm totally enraged and have no time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. And I make my attack against the skeletal thinger.
Okay.
Attack number 1. Does a 20 hit it?
Yes, it does.
Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and do my attacks. That will also hit, because that's higher. Does a 18 hit it?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Then my first 3 attacks are good to go. Do you want total damage or individual?
Go ahead and give me total damage.
Okay. $37.
Very nice. And what kind of damage are your swords doing? Piercing or slashing?
They are slashing.
Okay.
And they are magical.
Yeah.
And Oh, sorry. Plus another 6 points of damage because I forgot I am raging.
Okay.
And this thing is big, huh?
It is big, yes.
Okay. All right. I'll wait to do an action surge until later.
Okay. Next
I
up
want everybody else to get in on this action.
All right. So Tash, you're currently about 70 feet away from this thing. What would you like to do?
I will get closer to it, which is 35 feet,
Mm-hmm.
and I will cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
That is a 1, so that's not going to hit.
No, it's not. You rolled a 1?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no.
So, you cast your Eldritch Blast, and it whizzes right between the legs of the Colossus. And I need you to go ahead and roll. I need you to roll your attack again versus Zira's AC.
Oh goody.
Oh no.
You're not going to believe this, but another 1.
So
This is
Duncan
going
hits
just
himself.
wonderfully immediately.
Duncan kills himself.
Bob, if you're talking out there, we can't hear you because you're muted.
I was sorry. I was wondering if he shot himself in the foot, like you just like, oh yes, and then like sneezed or something the last second and shot himself.
No, but it whiffed between the legs of the bone colossus and then whiffed dangerously close to you. Like it didn't hit you. You guys lucked out on that one. But it did hit the dolmen behind you and like was close enough to kind of make your hair stand on end. Is there anything else?
I glare daggers in your direction.
The cannibal's back.
She's like, motherfucker.
Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Tash?
No.
Okay. Next up then is Ashanti.
Okay, I'm gonna cut him up. The skeleton. With my
Okay.
dagger. So I'm gonna make 2 attack rolls
Okay.
for my first attack. Okay, so I got 18 and 11.
The 18 will hit, the 11 will not.
Okay, so that's my Blade of Woe, and I'm going to expend a charge to impose disadvantage on him on all attack rolls, strength saving throws, and dexterity saving throws.
Very nice.
Nice. That'll be good for us two who are standing next to him.
Yes, very good. Okay, so that's going to do...
Sorry, 3, because also Emreet, who with his AC of 12. I'm leaving.
That's going to be 14 damage.
Very quickly.
Alrighty.
And I'm going to do a second attack with my Blade of Woe.
Okay.
You want because he'll.
Okay, 21 will hit,
Yes, it will.
I'm pretty sure.
and that's another 8 damage.
Because it was at the center.
Okay, so you go slashing at this skeleton, this massive skeleton thing, doing bits of damage here and there. A few bone chips fly off of it, and you're pretty sure you got a little bit of bone dust in your mouth.
Not good for you.
So it's a little bland, needs a little more mud crab meat, but as you're slamming into it, some of the bones fall out of the overall creature and reconstitute themselves as a smaller skeleton nearby it. And it kind of like this little skeleton stands up right next to where you're at.
Oh god, it's a skeleton equivalent to a slime.
Yeah. I gotta kill that thing. Next
So
turn.
you gotta start smushing it into smaller skeletons until they're in fireball.
Wait a second. If I use my bite attack as my Argonian racial feature, can I just, bite it to death?
That's an
It'll
action.
Stop spreading. Okay.
Okay,
Can I
so
eat the skeleton?
Can I eat?
That seems like a bad idea.
Thus, I won't do it.
Lilith.
Maybe ask Duncan what happened the last time he ate a dead thing.
The last time he ate a dead thing,
Hey.
a ring showed up in his mouth.
That is entirely true.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, moral of the story, eat dead people, get free jewelry.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
That does
No.
horrible.
Not at all. But okay.
Alright, so next up would be Lilith.
Me? Oh shit! I was not prepared for this. Okay. So wait, have we? We haven't. No, we never took a rest. Okay.
No, we did not.
Okay, sorry. So I'm dealing with other stuff. So there's big skeleton, but there's also little skeletons breaking off. Is that
Yep.
what I'm understanding? Okay.
You have big boy and little boy.
Well, now,
Keep shooting the big boy.
but then there's gonna be more little boys.
That's okay. I have enough attacks. It's fine. We got
I
this.
can't. Okay, I
Keep
can't
making
give
little
a,
boys.
I can't give him the clap. All right. Can I use the same spell twice as long as I have spell slots for it, or can I
Yeah.
only use it once per long rest?
Yeah, you can use it. You can use it twice as long as you have the magicka for it. Oh crap! Oh, not crap! Not crap! Never mind. I got really confused. I thought I accidentally turned off the recording, but we're good. We're good. We're fine.
I don't know what's happening. You keep cutting out for me. I'm so confused.
He turned off the recording device.
Okay.
I
It's like,
was gonna
crap.
ask, oh, did you forget to turn it on in the first place?
Just 13 minutes of
my
of
God.
gameplay lost.
No, you know what the worst thing is? Reven and I recorded Danganronpa, and I went through 2 hours of recording without realizing that there was no audio on her side, so I'm just talking to myself like a crazy person. That made me feel real good. I was like, awesome, sweet. It's great. So, okay, hang on, let me double check this again. But, so the little baby skeleton is relatively close to Papa Skeleton?
Yeah, it's like right at the feet of Papa Skeleton.
Okay, so I'm going to... How far away am I from Papa Skeleton and Baby Daddy, Baby Skeleton Daddy, Baby? I'm confused.
You were over at the Eastern Pinion.
Okay, but...
Or not Eastern. You were at the South
but,
Pinion,
like-
so you're about
but,
20.
like, feet range?
Yeah, you're about 25 feet away.
Okay, I'm gonna cloud daggers that boy.
The big boy or the little boy?
Well, okay, hang on, let me reread this. It should hit both of them since he's at his feet, so both of them.
Okay, so just gonna double check something on the spell.
I don't like what you're saying, but okay. I feel 5 foot
go
cube
ahead
with
and-
daggers.
Yeah, go ahead and
Don't come at me like that.
So you're centering on a point you choose within range, which I'm guessing you're
Big
centering it
boy.
on Big Boy. All right.
So this Spook boy gets spookified.
Okay, so on its turn, it will take damage.
Hello?
On its turn, it will take damage.
I thought it takes damage on when it's cast, and then as long as he keeps concentration.
Oh yeah. Sorry. There. Yeah, I just saw the. I just got to the spell. So go ahead and do your Dermblage.
Wait, but I gotta do I hit first?
No, you don't.
What?
It just does the damage. No. There's no saving throw or anything like that.
Yeah. And then you just keep your concentration up, and it'll keep doing it.
I did that last time.
But you killed the thing, and then there was nothing else next to you to kill.
Okay.
To keep killing.
All right. Okay. So I don't add anything to my damage. It's just base damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that the thing I'm using to roll dice keeps track of what I've rolled in the past. So I rolled a 3 first, a 2, and a 4.
Can you give me the total?
So that is 11.
Okay. And then I need you to also do that damage to to Baby Skeletor and Thurman, since Thurman's right up next to Papa Skeletor.
Ah. That I was unaware of. Okay, well, I'm assuming I'm gonna do a ton of damage, so this one is gonna be for Baby Skeleton. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, I almost wish I would have applied this to Thurman. 3, 4, 1, 1. I don't think I'm gonna get anything lower than that for the next one.
9 damage, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, now to injure my teammate. 1, 2. Oh God, 3, 4. Oh God. Okay. Let's see. That is. Oh, just the same as the boss. I do 11 damage to Thurman. I'm such a good teammate, guys. I didn't realize that, someone was there.
Thurman looks over at you. You point at Pierre like he did it.
He looks over at me and he can't see because there's blood in his eyes. Because I'm awful.
All right.
Not go the way I wanted it to.
The Skeletor roars. The big Skeletor. Just like that.
I gotcha.
And it raises its massive arms and just kind of spins around. Everyone within 10 feet of the Bone Colossus, I would like to make an agility saving throw, please.
Can I get a...
Yes, you're within 10 feet of it, babe. You're right next to the pond, or near it. Within.
Where am I?
You were luckily farther away from the center of this damn thing.
Joshua, where was my original placement again?
You were
at the southern thing.
Yeah, you were 25 feet away.
Okay, I'm safe. Yes.
Okay, so I rolled a natural 1.
Oh,
ouch.
But I have a luck point and I'm going to use it to re-roll.
Alrighty.
Oh, fuck off.
What?
Is it another 1?
Please don't be another 1.
Yeah, it is.
It's destiny.
Wow, this session we have 2
Duncan
ones
and
in a row.
Andrew, need to calm down.
It is good to know that you are the Will Wheaton of our group.
Yep.
So is Duncan, though. They're both the Will Wheaton. This is
That's true. They kind
We
of
have 2 Wheatons.
Go ahead and plug your saves into the chat for me.
We're fucked.
Oh shit, chat.
I am alive and don't need to do that. Hey.
All right, and it was just you 3 right there, right? Excuse me.
I think, Zoe, you were also probably 25 feet away, because still in the western end.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just us melee motherfuckers and the one who the centerpiece.
I'm sorry.
So Ajanti,
The person who damages the teammates is safe as well.
You are going to take... Ouch! I am so sorry. You're going to take 16 bludgeoning damage and be knocked prone.
I'm not only knocked prone, I'm unconscious.
Sounds like
problematic, given that I did 11 damage to him. Oops.
Sounds like somebody needs to be touched with the good feels.
Listen, I'll touch him.
With the good feels, asshole.
He's unconscious. I don't even have to ask his permission.
Hey,
Can you
punch
do
it.
the heals?
Not allowed.
I have
Don't
multiple
do it.
heals.
the little
Well,
skeleton.
You should do the heals.
What do you think I'm gonna do?
Oh, what about the other two who are there? What do we take? Half that, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you guys are gonna take half damage. You guys are going to take only 7 bludgeoning damage, and you will not be knocked prone.
And I only take half that because it's bludgeoning and I'm raging. Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
I'm doing damn good today.
Me too.
Much excited. I've only taken 7 points of damage this whole combat.
Jeffrey,
I've only dealt 11 damage to another teammate.
I'm allergic to being
I've
hurt, so
rolled
I've just
a
been off
1
the side.
twice.
Yeah, Duncan is doing awful. Absolutely awful.
I don't know.
Alright.
He's doing better than Ashanti, who is.
No, he has more health. In terms of rolling, they're both doing the same.
the little Skeletor is going to turn to Zira and start wailing on her. So it is going to swing its sword at you and not hit.
Cool. I'm not even gonna waste a repose on him.
It goes to try to swing at you, but suddenly the big arm sweeps over it and it has to frantically duck out of the way, so it misses.
Remember, it has disadvantage on attack rolls.
Yes.
It was like an area effect spin attack. It was gonna hit everything.
Next up would be Amrit.
Awesome.
You should
Okay.
go fix our friend who's down.
Give me a second.
Like,
I have a plan.
or run, whichever.
Or run.
Hold on. First, I would like to go over to our unconscious teammate,
Who's probably like right next to you.
who's probably like right there.
Like to go 2 feet.
Right there.
Yeah.
And I will cast Cure Wounds. I will spend the necessary magicka to get 3rd level, I guess. Get
Okay.
you HP back. What am I doing? Where am I writing? Over here. That's 5 magicka.
Touch him
and
back to life.
3d8
Plus your.
plus my modifier, intelligence. 4, 8, 12, 16 plus 5 is 21 HP to you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And as a bonus action, I would like to cast Soul Trap on the little skeleton.
Okay.
Oh, soul trap on the big one would have been funny.
I don't have a soul gem big.
Oh, that's fair.
Okay.
Neither do I.
Zoe, it is your turn now.
So when we kill it, it goes to your gem.
Yeah, so I'd like to lightning bolt it.
The big one or the little one?
The big one, because that one's doing big derblage.
Okay.
Yeah. Make more things for me to hit.
So they gotta make a dex save.
Alrighty. So
If possible, I'd like to angle myself to hit both of them, but if that's not a choice, then I will pick big one.
It also has disadvantage on agility saving throws.
Yep. It is going to attempt to dodge you for a whopping 9.
Oh yeah, buddy. Someone's a giant lightning rod then. Let me just math right now, because it's 8d6, and then plus my lightning rod stuff.
Goodness gracious.
Good old lightning rod stuff.
I also just like the idea of how short.
So this area, like you guys, goodness gracious. So the above you guys, around the wheel, there are thunderclouds that have formed. Like basically there was some displaced weather from Coldharbour that leaks into Nern when these dark anchors drop. So you guys can see lightning crackling even along the chains down into the dolmen, and you guys can smell ash and rot, as well as like not quite rain. It's like rain if it were stale.
Still smells better than that soup.
Yeah. And it's fairly windy. It's fairly windy. So even as you're trying to cast, like you're getting dust in your eyes and stuff like that, bone pieces. And all of a sudden, the area around you lights up as Zoe does her sorcery stuff, and the lightning just crackles across the battlefield and just pelts right into the zombie. The bones within the bone colossus shudder with the impact, and another skeleton falls out and reconstitutes itself at its feet.
I would just like to say that Zoe's hair is all fluffed up with the static.
Poofy cat.
So poofy.
Fear me!
3 feet of furball!
I also like to imagine that in addition to being poofy, like you've got sparks of electricity crawling around on your fur and stuff like that, and your eyes are just glowing bright blue.
Yes, I'm the battery pack.
Battery pack. I am charged.
All right, so we're back at the top of the turn order. Zira.
All right, I'm a slashity slash.
That's a good idea.
Okay. Those will hit. Yeah. Unless for some reason he all of a sudden has a higher AC.
Oh my god, he has a higher AC.
Fuck, right?
Who could have guessed?
$36.
Very nice.
How bad does this thing look?
And you were attacking Big Boy?
Yeah.
You go slashing at it, and some more bones fall out of it.
Okay.
And they also form into yet another skeleton. And this thing just gives off a loud roar. It's easily half the size that it was before.
Okay. So, like, half the size as in would totally be worth action surging and smash more?
I don't know, is it?
How many skeletons are there now? There's the big guy, and there's 3 little guys.
Yes.
Okay.
Josh, why are you being a scumbag?
Because I'm wearing the cloak of GM. It gives me a +2 to storytelling. My charisma checks are given a +2.
Being a dick.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, that was also another 6 points of damage. I keep forgetting the raid.
So it's 42?
Yes, it was 42. I did 40. The answer.
Oh no, that sounds suspect.
On this poor thing. Poor thing. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll end my turn for right now.
Okay.
I'll save doing shit tons in case something else shows up.
Okay. Tash.
Okay, so how close are all the tiny skeletons to each other?
They're all within 5 feet of one another. Like, they're all gathered around the Bone Colossus.
Okay.
Kind of sharing his space.
Yeah.
Partying together.
Yeah.
Your fur also stands on end as Zoe casts her magic. Like, there's so much static in the air right now.
Okay.
Everyone ready for a nat 1?
Hey,
No,
I haven't rolled yet.
please don't.
Alright, I'm going to get as close as possible to the Bone Colossus.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Witch Bolt.
Alright,
Because
go
all
for
this
it.
electricity is... Well, some more, let's add some more, why not?
Okay, go ahead and do your Durmblitz. Or do your Durmblitz. Go ahead and do your attack.
I'm rolling a different d20, so maybe I won't roll a 1 this time.
Might be a good idea, honestly.
16.
16 will hit.
Okay.
Use this jail time.
9 damage.
Alright.
Very nice.
And as a bonus action, I want to use Shielding Aura.
Okay. What does that do?
I gain resistance to all damage and 10 feet aura around me, which would do 8 damage to any hostile entities.
Okay. Is that your turn?
If they, I believe, end their turn in it, or start their turn. I think it's start.
Yeah.
Get him.
Okay. So that aura is a spell as well, is it not?
No, it's an ability.
Okay. Then in that case, next up is Ajanti.
Okay, get back up. I'm ready to go back in, coach. What is the skeleton to Ajanti ratio?
There are 4 skeletons, including the Bone Colossus, to 1 Ajanti.
Okay.
Mm.
And how roughed up
He's
does
outnumbered.
the bone behemoth look?
It's a lot smaller than you remember before you passed out.
Excellent. Then I'm doing my work.
Yeah?
I want to unleash a flurry of blows against the big one.
Okay.
Knocked unconscious. I'm doing my work.
Like you and your psychic damage?
Yeah. Well, that's real. I mean, come on. You can't dispute that, okay?
Okay, so
I'm waiting for the day where like Zira and Ajanti aren't like attacking the same thing, and you're sitting there like aneurysm face trying to like psychic damage. You're like, this worked in the past.
Like, I don't. What's going on? It's worked before. What is happening?
Okay,
How
so
could
that's
this
going to
be
be
real?
a 25, a 24, and an 18.
What?
Is this all against the Bone Colossus?
It is, yes.
25, like all of those hit.
Those hit. Okay, now for damage.
I miss being something useful.
You're useful.
I'm a. You know.
Over by the skeleton,
Something.
Pierre has scuttled up and is also swinging his claws up against the skeleton's feet.
If you get him killed, I swear to fucking God, I will kill you in real life myself. Don't you dare.
Oh, he's fighting with the best of them. I mean, this is one
Oh my
ferocious
God.
mudcrab.
You know how dramatic I am? As I was saying that to you, I legitimately started tearing up.
Okay,
That's how
35
dramatic
damage.
I am. I'm like, I'm gonna cry. Don't you let him die. Oh my
Kills him instantly.
God. Ah.
Do your damage, or Thurman?
Yes, I did. 35.
You are slashing furiously, like your daggers are flying, and eventually you whittle this thing down until it can no longer hold itself up, and it collapses into a pile of bones. Bone shards fly into your open mouth and kind of just sit there between your teeth, all gritty and without much flavor.
Crunch, crunch.
And
Love the crunch.
and you're like your hands are all sweat, like lizard sweat is kind of pooling between your hands and your blades as you're working at it.
Lizard sweat?
Well, apparently you do.
Good.
Victory.
All right. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Nope.
Okay. Next up is Lilith. There are now 3 little Skeletors. Jeffy.
What? Shit. Hello?
So it's your turn.
Supposed to be doing things? Okay.
It's your turn. There are only 3 little Skeletors left.
Oh my god. Wait, so I'm still like 25 feet away. Okay.
Pierre.
There are 3 little boys?
There are 3 little boys. Down by the pile of bones where the Bone Colossus used to be, Pierre has picked up like a piece of skeletal finger and is holding it up victoriously.
He's the best boy. Alright. Well, I'm gonna go in with the katana again.
Okay.
That worked pretty okay last time. So, non-natural 20.
That hits.
A little boy. All right, so D10. Oh my god, these dice love me. So that's 12 damage, which is the max I could have gotten. So
Very nice.
I rolled a 15 on a D20 and then a 10 on a D10. I was like, yeah.
You go slashing at this thing, and bones go flying. A piece of rib cage flies out and kind of smacks Amrit upside the head, but
Can I make a
doesn't do any
can I
damage.
make a
But
side comment about what happens after that.
sure.
I'm then going to pick up a little shard of bone finger from that one and then tap it against Pierre's little bone shard, like a high five, but with death. A death high five. And yeah, that's me.
All right, you high five your crab.
With our severed death murder finger skeleton, stuff.
All right.
Yay.
The 3 Skeletors. So the first one's going to attack Zira,
Okay.
and it's not going to hit. Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
Oh, what's cute? Hello? Yes.
Rough
So-
Beautiful.
I'll make a better one later, but
Look at him.
I couldn't help myself.
Wait, when you make the actual one, because I like this actually a lot, can he have, because the one on the right is slightly bigger, can that be an actual thing?
Well, because like most crabs have one claw that's just a little bit bigger than
Oh, I didn't know that. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yay. That's exactly what I want.
they tend to have like the big crushing claw, and then usually that's like, pulling crap out of other stuff.
Gonna have a smoosh claw. It's
Ah.
a smoosh.
All right, so the second slash will be at Ajanti for 13 versus his AC. It whiffs, and then the final one is going to try in vain to swing at Lilith for a 15 versus her AC.
Yeah, that's gonna hit me.
Okay. Yep.
Let's go.
For a grand total of 4 piercing damage.
Wait, a grand total of what?
4 piercing damage.
Okay. Literally from my side of the screen, it was a grand total of piercing damage. And And I was like, what?
Jeez.
That's great, but can I get a number? Okay, cool.
All right,
Noted. Thank you.
Emery.
Thank you for damaging me.
Okay, so there's 3 skeletons left.
Yes.
Okay.
The one is still glowing from your soul trap spell.
Yes.
Should probably kill that one first.
His concentration up to a minute. I'm not worried. I
That's
don't think
worry
skeleton's
about.
gonna last a minute.
Probably not.
Probably not.
It's all good.
Have any of them been hurt?
Yes, in fact, it's your glowing one. That's the one that Lilith started swinging her katanas at.
Okay. I think I will just do Toll the Dead on it.
Okay.
So it needs to make a will save.
It. Holy crap. 16 versus your will save.
That is my save DC.
Defender wins only if the defender is a player, so it does not succeed.
Cool.
Per my house rules.
Ties go to the player.
Yeah, that's usually what I do.
It takes 16 damage.
Not even that. Just one skeletal hand comes up out of the ground and just, like, pushes the skeleton over, and it collapses and falls into pieces. The pieces of skeleton that are there glow brightly for a brief moment, and you hear this loud cracking noise and then a whoosh. And in one of your hands, you've got your soul gem right there, and the essence gets pulled closer and congeals inside your soul gem, and your soul gem is now glowing.
Awesome. Can I, as my bonus action, cast Soul Trap on the next one?
Yes, you may.
Yes. Okay. Subtracting my magicka.
Okay. Next up is Zoe.
I'm gonna electrocute it again.
Well, it's dead already. Yeah,
Are you telling her no?
I mean, there are two.
More.
There
Kill
are,
it extra.
there are 2 other skeletons if you want to electrocute them.
Kill it super dead.
Yes. I want to do that.
Okay.
Maybe not my big spell though. How far away are they?
However distant the Bone Colossus was from you earlier.
Like 25.
Oh, okay. Then I'll use Snarlock Snowball Swarm. So they
Okay.
gotta make a dex
Fuck
save.
is that? And
It's-
why don't
it's-
I have it?
Does not sound real.
That sounds amazing.
Is that
Oh my
one?
God.
Is that one from the
That one's from Elemental Evil.
from Elemental Evil?
Snarlog's Snowball Swarm of Spooky.
Snowball. Okay, Snowball Storm.
Kobold, actually.
Okay, so you cast the spell. I need a Jaunty, Lilith, Zira, and the 2
Excuse me?
skeletons to make dexterity saving throws.
God damn it.
You need me too, since I'm like right there.
Yes.
Fuck, I also need to make one.
Dexterity.
How close are you, Duncan? You right
I
there?
was like right next to the bone colossus.
Okay, then yes, you 2.
Wait a second. Is
what do I need to make?
dexterity? Is that
Oh,
agility?
saving
Yeah,
throw?
agility.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I got
Okay.
10. I got 10
Where's my
and
dice roller?
I got 10 and 7. 10 and 7, respectively for the skeletons.
Can I get something cool if I got a good roll?
All right. So my thing is 14. So if you got that or above, then you should be fine.
But what if I got a
Just
20?
barely.
So everybody ends up. Well, Jeffrey, since you got a 20 when the snowball storm shows up, you actually catch a snowball.
I just teleport. I'm like, whew.
14 damage.
Is that total or is that adjusted for the successes?
I'm alive.
14 and then 7 for successes.
Okay. All right. So, snowballs suddenly start swirling in the area right over there and start pelting at everyone. The skeletons actually end up getting pelted so hard that they begin flying apart. And that crackling sound echoes throughout the area again. And you can see the stream of white vapor-like light be pulled into another soul gem in your hand, Amrit. And you guys are also pelted briefly by snowballs before the skeletons finally die off, and suddenly the chains on the dolmen begin to shudder and shake, and the anchor snaps from the dolmen and flies upward into the little portal inside the wheel. Echoing throughout the area, you hear Molag Bal's voice once again. Pointless. 10 anchors drop for each that is destroyed. And the circle, the wheel begins to spin violently, and magical shockwaves emanate out from it, pushing away those storm clouds, and a loud blast echoes throughout the area as the wheel collapses back into Coldharbour. The clouds begin to dissipate, and the light begins to return to the area. And you guys find that amid that, like, there was also like meteors and debris and stuff falling out of that portal and landing around you. And you find that where one of them landed, there's also a fancy chest. Likely, yeah. And you guys have successfully broken the Menevia dolmen.
I will waddle my way over to that chest.
Right behind you.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna search
chest.
the.
Walk fast.
Can I make a request?
Mhm.
Can I search the skeleton bodies?
Yes, you may.
Are you getting some bone meal?
I'm gonna, yeah, sure. And anything else, cool.
I want
but,
some.
You know, bone meal, sure.
Can I have some bone meal?
Sure. Come,
Awesome.
there are so many bones to share. Look at all these bones that you can high five with.
I keep some of the bones for myself. This would make for a great stew broth.
Oh, God.
Oh, so now it's not weird to eat things. Okay, I see how it is.
Yeah, see, Duncan, it was weird when you did it. Andrew made it okay, but it was weird when you did it, all right?
All right, I see how it is.
Yeah.
You guys are
See, I'm a
out.
freakish lizard man, so it's expected.
So Brenna, in regards to your question earlier, are you talking about what region where you fought, or are you talking about what alliance you were part of in the
The first
war?
one.
Okay, then I responded to that message. So in regards to the bone meal, we'll get there. In regards to the bone meal, you guys are able to scrounge about 20, enough for maybe 26 potions.
Oh,
It's quite a potion.
In total. So
Can I-
amid the Skeletors, Jeffrey, you're able to find a grand total
Yeah.
of 80 septums.
Ah. Okay. Sweet. I got an update.
Are you guys gonna loot any of the other bodies, or because you got? There's
I'm checking out the cultists.
Would these corpses have any ingredients that would be good for making poisons?
you
Oh my
can
God.
check. You can check them if you like.
Do any
Why
of them have obvious weapons on them? No.
not just
so I have
cook,
lost my
Andrew?
interest. They're dead and they didn't have weapons.
Wait,
so-
are the little fire demon boys' bodies still around?
Some of them.
Can I check
Um,
out the fire demon boy bodies?
Yeah. Jonty, are you checking out bodies as well? Okay. So between the two of you, you guys are able to find a grand total of 9 Daedra hearts.
What?
Whoa.
Very good. I like those.
Excuse me?
They're alchemical components.
Oh. Wait,
Oh,
so
take-
between Andrew and I, we find 9 total?
Mhm.
Okay. So Andrew, do you want 5 and I'll take 4?
Yes, please.
Okay.
The box.
Yes, the box.
In the box.
It's a mimic.
Inside the
box is
box, you guys find 83 septums.
Hey, that's almost. Well, that's a little bit higher than the one I got.
Money.
4 filled greater soul gems.
Oh my god, I want them.
The excitement.
I take one.
I want
I don't
one.
know what it is, but I want one. It's shiny.
Yeah, me too. Shiny, shiny.
And 7 potions that you don't quite recognize. You guys can make either an Arcana check or possibly a Nature or Medicine check if you want to try to identify them.
I do indeed.
Okay.
Potion master here.
18 Arcana.
Okay. All of these potions are the same. They're beautiful, glowing purple potions, and you realize that they are. Hold on, I need to pull up. I had it marked in my book, and then I lost it.
They are poison.
They're all poison. You drink them, you all die.
Good luck, yeah.
Right up new
Andrew
characters.
drinks them. Andrew and Duncan drink
Delicious.
them. Delicious. Mmm.
Unfortunately, Duncan, aside from a couple of the cultists, there's no edible people here.
I was gonna ask, but thank you for letting me know.
There are a couple of edible cultists.
Oh my god, I should have had Pierre eat the body the Duncan ate, so he could have been crazy too. I'm
Hey,
just
I'm not
trying to
crazy,
do
I'm
good
just
by
like
my.
people on occasion.
Hey, listen, I'm just trying. If this situation were real, I'd be getting my mud crab people, human flesh because I'm a good mud crab parent. That's all I want.
Then your mud crab
I'm
would
not
be a good
judging you.
boy.
What?
Your mud crab would not be a good boy then. It'd be a bad boy.
You know what? There is no better boy. He cannot do wrong. He is.
I think he's a fatto crabbo.
You know what? You want to get fucking poisoned again?
A crime station.
So what was the potion?
I don't know what to say.
I had it and then I lost it. So I'm digging it up.
It's a selfish shellfish.
Excuse me. He is an angel. It's a dinosaur. It's just Andrew. The greatest dinosaur noise I've ever heard.
Go get you.
Rawr, I'm a Dagosaurus.
I'm a Dankosaurus.
Dagosaur. Whoa.
Whoa.
That's crazy, man.
Oh, look at that meteor. Whoa.
He's smoking.
Oh my god, that took me by surprise. Oh my god.
So, the potion that you find is what's called a tri-restoration potion.
Dunk, dunk, dunk.
What does it do?
Trying to find.
What does it do? What does it do?
So what it does. Let's see, where's it at? Ah.
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 Ah. All right, Hank Hill, calm down.
So basically, it restores health, magicka, and stamina in a single sip. A D4 to each. So basically, if you're low on magicka points, it will refresh some of your magicka points. It'll also restore your health. If you have a character that uses stamina points, it'll replenish those as well.
So
it's a D4 per each effect. And as Amrit would know, it is fairly difficult to make a potion like this. It takes a certain level of alchemical skill, because it uses more reagents than most other potions do.
Okay. We have how many of them?
7, I believe.
I did not
7.
get 7. Okay. 7 potions. Do we each want 1 potion and then I'll hold?
Yeah, that sounds fair.
I think as a warrior, I think it's stamina for my ability.
What are these called again?
Try restoration potions.
Okay.
Among the cultists, I think Duncan and Amrit were searching the cultists.
Yes.
Duncan, is there anything in particular you're looking for on these cultists?
Am I looking for anything in particular?
Dead bodies.
I mean, yes, I'm looking. We found those.
Okay. Now, their flesh.
But am I looking for specific flesh?
That's what I'm asking you.
Answer that question. I
Why
won't
not?
abstain from answering that question.
Why, Jeffrey? Why?
Probably because it's a smart idea. That's why. YouTube isn't ready.
Okay, so it looks like everybody gets 13 coins.
$13 coins. Oh my god, get out of here. Stupid window.
Are the greater soul gems filled or are they empty?
You don't know because it's me and the tiny.
The cat is liking shiny things.
The ones from the chest, they're filled.
Filled?
Mm-hmm.
They're filled.
Oh, I thought
Yeah, I was thinking
the comment
of
about
two only
filled
because
in
I
the
have
chat.
2 weapons that can be enchanted.
But you already have soul gems.
I have tiny ass little soul gems that I don't know what they do either.
Yeah, but you don't know what they. You don't know. What they fill.
I know that they can be used for enchantments, but I don't have any enchantments on my things at the moment.
So Duncan, are you looking?
You can have one. Apparently, the tiny cat took 2.
Duncan, are you looking for anything in particular on these bodies?
I'll get a hold of one later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me know what you're looking for.
Eventually, I'll have
Vocally.
2 blades enchanted.
Wo-
Oh wait, I can
would I be able
enchant
to get
them
eyes?
as part of my class.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So as you're kind
The
of
monster.
as you're kind of going through these bodies, you do turn it around, and luckily one of the cultists' eyes are intact.
Great.
And you're able to kind of slip a
I was so
claw.
thrilled about that, Jeffrey.
You're able to slip one of your claws in to the side of the eye and remove it intact, kind of yanking it out. It gives a little bit of resistance where the nerve ending is, but you do manage to pull it out. Um,
Spoon or cock and spoon.
Fuck whoever made that noise. Swear to God.
No, we'll get you a spork. It's both good for scooping and stabbing. It'll be your eyeball spork.
but you managed to get both of them. And
Good.
also on the body is 1 gold piece and a little book that it looks like the cultist had on him.
Fuck.
And then you're also able to get a few pieces of other bits of flesh for you to snack on. About 1 ration's worth of human
Of flesh.
of flesh.
Of human.
Long pig. Okay.
Do I get to see the book since I'm also looking at the?
Sure. You're probably right there as Tashtar's yanking out
Eating
eyeballs.
some
Oh, he hasn't eaten the eyeballs. He's just pulled them out.
fool. You know what he's going to do.
So he's yanked out the eyeballs, and you probably see him slip the book out from the mage's robes.
Toshtar,
Yes.
may I have that book?
Mr. Dar.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
The nicest.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do in this area, or?
No,
I think I'm good.
I think we're good.
Okay. Would you guys like to take a rest or anything, or?
Oh my God.
Probably. I mean, a few people are like half dead, so
Yeah.
that would probably be for the
Yeah, a
best.
rest would be good.
All right. So you guys
Whoa,
kind of.
I'm almost half dead.
So you guys kind of rest up a bit, probably like a nice long rest.
Long rest. I gotta do math.
Duncan, you tuck your eyeballs away into a jar, and like the cultist eyeballs, not your eyeballs.
Yeah, I assumed.
He's lost it.
Um,
Scooped out his own eyeballs.
I would be both horrified and impressed.
Duncan,
Yes.
are you perchance wearing the Ring of Namira yet?
I am not wearing the Ring of Namira.
Okay. Namira is kind of nagging at the back of your mind. Just put it on. It's my gift to you.
Come on. Don't
Receive-
Be a bitch.
Receive my blessing.
Not today, Satan.
Wow, rude.
Today, Satan.
Ajanti, over the course
Gonna
of
go
the
over well.
Over the course of the evening, you find that the soul gem on the pommel of the Blade of Woe that had popped, it gradually regenerates and restores itself.
Excellent.
Um,
My God is pleased.
Emreet, I'm assuming you're flipping through the book.
Yes, please.
Um,
I like books.
Oh no.
so it's
Feeling what's gonna happen.
So it's mostly just like almost like journal entries and a description of the ritual used to summon the dark anchor.
Okay.
But there's also like as you're reading through it, a letter falls out. And when you read it, you see that it's directing. There are smudges in certain places on it, almost as if this person hadn't taken very good care of it. But it's just a letter letting that cultist know that a new anchor was being a new dolmen was being built for a new anchor in Rothgar. And that particular dolmen's project is being overseen by a cultist whose name ended up being smudged amid the writing that wasn't kind of kept intact.
How convenient.
But what catches your eye is the signature at the bottom, as you've seen it before.
Okay.
And that would be...
Trust.
Is it Hottie McHottie's signature?
Huh?
Is it Hottie McHottie's signature?
It is not Hottie McHottie's. It's not Hottie McHottie's
damn.
signature.
You don't get his autograph.
Ah, shoot.
You have to get it later.
Oh, shucks.
However, it is the name of a friend of yours, from within the cult. A friend by the name of Aldris Takona.
Can you type that up for me?
Yes.
Is that guy's name on my kill list?
No.
It is now.
Well, what
I see it.
What are you doing?
And
What are
I
you
must
doing right
kill.
No, I'm just making a joke. I'm just imagining you walking over and be like, I got a new name for you. Like right now.
Emrit.
Yes.
What you would remember from your days serving in the cult and working with Aldris is that Aldris doesn't have any interest in the cult's overall goal of bringing Molag Bal to Nirn. From what you had learned in your time spent with him, his interest was not unlike yours. It was solely the interest in necromancy and learning more about magic.
Okay. Does it happen to say, like, where he is?
It does not.
Okay.
But
I
it does look like his it does look like his status within the cult has kind of risen a little bit, especially since he's now diverting certain members within the cult to areas they need to go.
I'm hoping the smudge name is the name that we're supposed to kill in Rothgar anyway. Bonuses if it is. If it's not, I mean, he's still gonna die, so
Yeah.
I don't even need to know his name. Like, oh, I see you are wearing the garb of the cultists. That's enough.
Meanwhile, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
So you're resting comfortably by the fire, kind of absentmindedly petting Pierre.
Yeah.
When on your hand, one of the rings you're wearing begins to glow, and that
Yeah,
catches your
I
eye.
knew it. I fucking knew it. Knew you were gonna wait until the end.
And you can the rest of you guys who are there see the ring start to glow, and suddenly near the fire, it's almost like a Psijic projection, like a ghostly projection of somebody. And you guys,
it's a ghostly projection of Princess Leia.
Oh, I was gonna say like Yoda, but all right then.
Saying
Help-
Obi-Wan
help me, Obi-Wan, your only hope. Yeah.
Exactly.
Of
Fucked up, you did.
it's an image of two people.
Oh.
The first one is of a young looking dark elf woman, with violet eyes and kind of like almost like blonde hair, which is
Wait,
rare
how
for.
old is this woman?
Probably about 16.
Okay.
And next to her is a slightly older Redguard man with dreadlocked hair pulled back into a ponytail behind him. Very handsome. Both of them are fairly attractive.
Wait
Do
a
I
second.
recognize the Red Guard dude?
Wait
You
a
do
second.
not recognize the red guard
Hang
dude,
on a second.
Cool.
but
Sure.
Zoe does.
Well, that means he's probably not a noble.
Josh, I have
You
a
recognize
question.
what?
Yes, Jeffrey?
I have a question.
Mhm.
But I have to send it to you
Okay.
in a message that's not here. So this part of the document that you sent me, is this like like you sound like this person, or is it like more literal, like you sound like this person? Like if
It's
somebody were like, Jeffrey, don't talk like that, I'm like, oh, you sound like my mom. Is it like that, or is it?
yeah.
Okay, got it, cool. I was like, you were like, he's handsome. I was like, wait a second. Wait a second. Okay.
And it's a limited amount of time, like Jeffrey, because you're the one who crafted this ring, or rather, it was your mother who crafted this ring. You know that it can only hold this magic for so long. So
Okay. I'm paying very close attention.
And she looks over at you because as you know, the projection works both ways.
I have a question. Do I know
Yes.
who this is right now?
Yes,
or
you
do
know
I
him.
not?
You know
Okay.
immediately who it is.
Okay, gotcha.
And she goes,
So I look very concerned.
yeah. And she's holding a ring in her hand, and it looks like she bit her skin so that some of the blood could touch the ring. And she tightens her hold on it a little bit, and you guys can see the projection kind of expand a bit, so you guys can see an empty stone room of ancient elven design. She goes, "Mother, I don't know where I am. This is all I can see. Please help me." And the connection does work both ways, so you are able to talk back.
Wait,
I
this
don't
is
know
your
what to
kid?
say. Apparently, yeah, I just learned this at the beginning of
Nice.
this section. But yeah,
Good
apparently this is my child. Apparently she's 16 years old, and I don't know where I've been for 16 years. So
Well, you
Very
raised her. You
interesting.
raised her for a little while, but you're a bard. Your work
Okay.
takes you places.
Wait, did she say? She didn't say where she is. Can I ask her if she has any idea where she is?
You can ask her.
Do you know where you are?
I don't. I woke up in here, and last I remember, I was harvesting some herbs for Father back in Daggerfall. But it's too cold here for it to be Daggerfall.
Oh. I don't know anything about Skyrim, so I'm like, I don't know.
Daggerfall's in High Rock, and is usually like it's cold, but it's more temperate than what she's referring to.
Okay, so it's like a lot colder.
Yeah.
Josh,
Okay.
Yes.
we can see it too, right?
You guys can see it. Yes.
Can I roll a history check to see if maybe I recognize the?
Yes, you can.
Do we see anyone else being in this little production?
Yes, you can see a red guard, like a red guard man, somewhere around 20 or so years old, and he's got dreadlocked hair that's been tied back, tied back away from his face, he's got a well-kept beard, large brown eyes, and well-toned muscles. You recognize him. This is like, yeah.
Your
So Zoe, your past is flashing through your mind as you see him.
Big brother?
He turns and looks at you. Zoe?
What the fuck? I thought you were dead!
Well,
What happened?
I'm not sure how long this spell is going to last, but basically, well, the heist hit a snag.
What heist? Who sent you on that heist? I know you went on a quest of some sort, but who did this?
You remember our buddies who got in with the Thieves Guild?
Were they ever really our buddies, though? But yeah.
Well, they offered me a job, and it would have paid for our food for it would have paid for us for 2 years at least. But it went south. It went south. Somebody ratted me out, and I was arrested in Cyrodiil.
Where are you? We need to get you out.
I don't know where I am. I'm certainly not in Cyrodiil. This is not the cell that I went to sleep in.
Fuck.
Emery, with your 22 history check, you recognize the architecture within that room to be of alien design, a design of the wild elves that once had their own empire in Cyrodiil, or not Cyrodiil, in Tamriel.
Would I know maybe where to start looking?
Alien ruins are found all over Tamriel. There are some found in Daggerfall. There are some found in Aradin and Somerset. There are even some in Cyrodiil.
Very cold.
There's somewhere where it's very cold.
So north.
Is there some sort of window in this cell that they're in?
No, it's a fairly nondescript room. The stonework is meticulous. It's beautiful, but fairly plain even for Ayleid standards. And the only light in the room is coming from a blue mage light hovering above a heavy stone door. Mother, I think I have an idea, but I don't think you're gonna like it.
Whatever it takes. What is it?
I'm gonna have to break this ring, and I think if I can do that, it will send a pulse of magic to help guide you to us.
It's fine, do it.
Okay, and then she just she looks up to you. She's like, whatever the people caught us for, I think it has to do with magic. I don't think it's for money.
We'll come find you, both of you.
Okay, and she takes a deep breath and she goes, I love you, Mom, before the connection breaks. And suddenly the ring in your hand flares with light, which kind of hovers there for a moment before gathering into a beam that's pointed northward.
Okay. And does the ring get destroyed?
Your ring does not. But
Okay.
it's the sister ring that Lyra had is broken. So it's
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I figured it might break, but okay.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Josh?
Mhm.
Real fast, I want to take down, like, the direction of the beam of light or whatever.
Yeah.
So that I can, like, looking at a map, figure out where it's headed. Cartography.
Yes. Let's see. Let me pull up my map. So it's kind of pointed northward, slightly toward the west. And from what you can gather, it actually it doesn't cross through Skyrim, but it does cross through Hrothgar. However, where Orsinium is on your map, it does not pass through. It actually passes through west of Orsinium. The nearest major landmark that you can find on your map to where it's at is Frostbreak Fortress.
Which is probably where they're being held.
So,
Where is Frostbreak Forest?
Frostbreak Fortress is kind of toward the center of Hrothgar on the southern portion of the map. But the beam of light is kind of just west of it, heading further Yeah, it's just west of Frostbreak Fortress.
Maybe I'm looking at a horrible map, but I don't know where I'm going.
You've got a general idea. It's not one of those ones where you can put an X on it. It's just giving you a direction. So.
Okay, so where we were going in, was it Rothgar?
You were initially headed. Like you're headed to Rothgar, yes, but initially you were headed to Orsinium.
Is Orsinium on the way to where this beam of light was, or is it kind of out of the way?
It's a bit out of the way. However, yeah, it's a bit out of the way.
Okay. Someone in our group's child and what seems like brother, ? Stares at cat, thinks about the red guard. Interesting.
We grew up together.
Are quite probably in danger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Zira
having a
has
hard
this
time
like
functioning that he's
extreme
still
look
alive.
of conflicted as she's like kind of thinking about like looking in the direction that we need to be going, and for like the contract she has and the direction of where the light beam went, and she's just like really frustrated, and she's like, we'll follow the light.
Thank you. I
Okay.
can't believe he's still alive. I need to process this. And Zoe's just gonna like just sit on the ground.
And this beam of light is in the opposite direction of my kill, correct?
It's northward toward Rothgar, but not to Orsinium, which was where yours and Zira's contracts were leading you.
Can you repeat that? You broke up.
The contracts that you and Zira have lead you to Orsinium. This takes you a good distance west of it.
I have orders to fulfill.
They'll be there.
They may not be, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, unless they're dead before we get there. They will be there to hunt later. These people are trapped somewhere where they might not.
Okay, so Hrothgar's on our way, correct?
No.
No, you're headed to the province of Hrothgar. You're just if you follow the light, your path is diverted from Orsinium. You won't be going to Orsinium.
How much time would it take if we were to hit Orsinium? Like how out of the way are we looking? Are we looking at like several hours, or are we looking at several days?
Several days at least. The nearest path into Hrothgar is through Friendship Gate. Sounds so happy. Which is the nearest pass from Stormhaven to get there. The other pass, the one that's closest to Hrothgar, is clear on the opposite end of the Hrothgar province.
Okay.
Well then, sounds like we're in a bit of a pickle.
So it's kind of ends up doing a flip flop. While Orsinium is not on the way to get to Lyra and Eugen, Eugen and Lyra are on the way to Orsinium.
Saving the lives of those who are innocent is more important than fulfilling a contract.
I don't care about who's innocent or not.
I will not allow others to lose family when something can be done.
Okay. Josh.
I'm Josh.
Yes, Joshua. Dungeon Master. Oh, powerful Dungeon Master.
Mr. Dungeon Master,
Would
sir.
my contracts still be in the location that they are if we were to take a bit of a detour?
Yeah,
Or is this like
the contracts don't have time limits. The contracts don't have time limits, just as long as the marked is killed.
We go to the light then.
I already lost my brother. I'm not going to lose Eugen again.
Anything weighing in from Tosh and Lilith?
Tosh does not care.
I'm
I
gonna
would
start
hope
walking
that Lilith
towards
wants
the
to go
light.
to the light. Like,
I'm walking towards the light.
Li-
I'm not-
Lil-
I'm
Lilith,
not down for debate. I'm leaving.
Lilith has already
Knowing
taken
this
off.
group, we will leave bodies in our wake.
yeah, I'm sure
And
there will be
Duncan will
plenty
eat
of
them.
souls to kill on our way.
Exactly.
So
Free
where
food.
Are we right now?
You guys are currently in Stormhaven, at a place called Menevia. The nearest pass to take you into Hrothgar without having to try to scale cliffs and stuff like that, so the fastest way to get to Hrothgar is through Friendship Gate at Firebrand Keep, which is maybe about a day's ride west.
I'm
Along-
trying to find a map that actually has stuff marked so that I know where-
Along the way, you'd be able to stop at Pariah Abbey, where there is a stable, and you'd be able to purchase some horses to speed up your travel.
Okay, so we. No, I need a more detailed map. Can you link us a map?
I will be able to afterward. Yes.
Okay. That would be of much help.
Um,
Because so far, some of the maps I found don't have all of the places marked.
mhm.
So I'm like, no, assholes.
Yeah.
I want all of the information.
So, Lilith has already started walking.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
Like, nope, there's no debate here. We're going.
Like a little bond is forged between Lilith and Zira.
I'm banking on there being more cultists to kill on my way. And as much as she wants to kill the people on her list for sure, she knows that they will still be there later. Maybe not in the same place, but she can hunt them down later.
And
love the
we're
mindset.
heading to Hrothgar? Am I getting that correct?
Yes,
What's
we're
that?
heading to.
Yeah, you're headed to Hrothgar.
Okay.
And Pierre is scuttling along at Lilith's feet. If a crab could have a look of determination, Pierre's got it.
He's squinting his little crab eyes.
Its hat kind of starts sliding down one side of its head, and it reaches up a claw and readjusts it. The smaller claw readjusts its monocle to make sure the monocle's kept in place, as it hastens its pace to keep up with you. You guys managed to get to Pariah Abbey within a good bit of time. Night has fallen, and then the sun's coming up, so it's about dawn when you get to Pariah Abbey, at which point you guys are able to get... it actually ends up being much better off. Instead of a set of horses, you guys are able to commission a carrot, like a cart to the Hrothgar Pass at the very least, which shaves off almost a day from your journey.
Nice.
So when we'll pick up, we will be at Friendship Gate, right on the border of Stormhaven and Hrothgar. So for those of you watching, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I'm having fun running it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. In addition, I will include a link in the description to the website for the unofficial Elder Scrolls tabletop role-playing game, where you'll be able to download and make donations to the creator of this wonderful set of homebrew content. Jeffrey, would you like to make a plug for your channel before we take off?
It's Pandora's Secret. I don't I haven't uploaded recently, but I'm thinking about it. And if there's traffic, then it's definitely going to inspire me. Also, before we go, fun fact, 43 years ago today, Rocky Horror Picture Show was released. So
Woohoo!
I appreciate that that's an anniversary today. So yeah.
I also appreciate that.